Numbers are quite concerning indeed. I mean, we've seen a lot happening recently in regards to global trade wars and tariffs against each other and between different countries. But what are some of the tariffs that Korea faces?
Yes, let's first look at the steel industry. It's exempt from the Trump administration's 25% tariffs, but it does face a quota limit. Take a look. As part of the amendment to the Korea U.S. Free Trade Agreement, Korea's steel exports are under a quota limit of 2.68 million tons, or 70% of what it exported to the U.S. on average between 2015 and 2017. Korea's steel exports also fall under the EU's provisional safeguard measures, which went into effect last week in retaliation against the U.S. tariffs on steel and aluminum. As the number 4 steel exporter to the EU and the third largest steel exporter to the U.S., Korean big steelmakers could be hurt by the tariffs too, in addition to smaller ones that mainly export steel pipes to the U.S. Auto and auto parts are another big concern. The Trump administration started its probe into auto imports in May and could impose tariffs of up to 25% just like steel if it concludes that auto imports hurt its national security under Section 232. In a surprise move, the U.S. and the EU made a trade truce this week, agreeing to stop new tariffs, including those on autos, while they negotiate over trade.
We don't know President Trump's exact intention, but it is at least as likely that the U.S. is reducing trade tensions with its traditional allies in order to improve its leverage against China, giving exemptions to its allies on tariffs. But it could also mean more pressure on Beijing from now on. So whether it's good news for Korea, we'll have to see.
But what is sure right now is that the U.S. and China both imposed 25% tariffs on $34 billion worth of imports, which went into effect July 6th. And this 25% tit-for-tat tariffs is just the beginning, with Washington planning on imposing a second round of tariffs on $16 billion worth of Chinese goods soon.